Pay close attention. Most people will walk through this November 12th completely asleep, squandering their words like dry leaves in the wind, utterly blind to the celestial fire gathering in the heavens. They do not know that today, every sentence is a spell. We are under the sacred and volatile conjunction of Mercury and Mars. In this heightened portal, your word is not fleeting wind. It is a profound instrument of power. This alignment is not about productivity or mental fatigue. It is about the undeniable spiritual weight of your voice. Mercury is the divine scribe, the power of declaration. Mars is the divine will, the pulse of truth that seals your yes and your no with fire. Today, word and action are fused. What you say with unwavering conviction becomes a vow that builds worlds. What you say out of hollow habit or deep-seated fear becomes a self-curse that defines your chains. This is an internal rite of passage. The cosmos is asking what kind of spiritual warrior you are, and it is listening to your answer in the way that you speak. What we are embarking on here is not a passive prediction. It is a living, breathing ritual. Together, we will audit the very words that built the reality you are sitting in. We will hold a sacred funeral for the phrases and beliefs that can no longer accompany you on your path. And finally, we will forge a new, unbreakable alliance with your own sovereign truth. To activate this portal and begin this rite, you must first declare your presence. This is your first act of power. Join this sacred circle by subscribing to this channel and affirm your divine intention by commenting the sacred manifestation code, the number 999, below this message. Type 999 to signal to the universe that you are present, you are ready, and you are sealing your new path. You have been taught that rituals require candles, altars, or incense. You believe a spell is something whispered from ancient, dusty books. The truth, the profound, naked truth that this alignment of Mercury and Mars comes to expose is that you awaken inside a ritual every single day. Your life is a liturgy. The words that leave your mouth and the words that echo in the silent chambers of your mind are the most potent and relentless spells you will ever cast. You have been living in a liturgy, but it has been an automatic one. It has been a series of commands repeated so softly, so deeply, and for so long that you stopped noticing they were choices. You mistook your oldest spells for your own identity. Today, Mercury, the declarer, and Mars, the executor, are aligned in the sky. They demand an audit. They demand that you walk through the architecture of your life and recognize the bricks you yourself used to build it. Before you can forge a new, empowered decree, you must first understand, with crystalline clarity, how you use the old ones. Let's look at the vow phrases, the unconscious oaths that built your reality up to this very moment. The first is the martyr's vow, flawlessly disguised as strength. I can handle it. How many times has this phrase passed your lips? Leave it, I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll manage. I'll hold things down. Every time you pronounce this spell, you are giving a clear and direct order to the cosmos. The order is, send me more weight, test my limits, make me prove my strength through exhaustion. I can handle it is not a description. It is an invitation to burden. I'll manage is not a testament to your capability. It is a spell of profound loneliness. It is your word, Mercury, nullifying any possibility of help, partnership, or relief. Mars, you have built a fortress of competence around yourself where the only reward for your hard labor is, and always will be, more labor. The second is the curse of identity, the spell that paralyzes "I can't," or its insidious variations. "I wasn't born for this. That's just how I am. I will never." This is one of the darkest forms of magic. It is a self-curse, pronounced with the chilling authority of a creator. When you say "I can't," you are using your divine voice to slam a cosmic door, locking it from the inside before your inner fire, Mars, can even attempt a beginning. "That's just how I am" is a phrase that transforms a temporary behavior into a permanent, ironclad destiny. It is a tombstone you carve with your own hands and place over your breathing, living potential. You are not like this. You have simply been practicing being like this, and this phrase is your daily, devoted practice. The third is the most treacherous spell of all, the empty promise. "One day I'll do it. I'll start tomorrow. I'll see you on Monday. One day I'm going to." This is the vow with no blood in it. It is the promise of Mercury, without the fire and action of Mars. A promise without life force is not a vow, it is a ghost. This spell creates a phantom life, a parallel reality that haunts your present but never consents to be born. One day is the sacred code for never. By casting this spell, you drain the power from your now, using your word not to create, but to postpone creation indefinitely. You ensure that your future self lives in the perpetual debt of your present self. "I can handle it. I can't. One day." These are not idle thoughts. They are oaths. They are the unconscious liturgy that created your past and that until today was designing your future. The conjunction of Mercury and Mars is here to set sacred fire to these old, brittle contracts. It is here to hold your gaze and ask, are these the words you choose to carry? Is this the vow you want your life force, your sacred Mars, to sign in blood? This is the moment to see the truth. Your word has infinite weight. The only question is whether you have been using that weight to build your throne or to build your cross. We have looked at the words that became your prison. Now, let us look at the words that build castles of smoke. The conjunction of Mercury and Mars is above all a test of integrity. This is not the simple moral integrity you were taught in public, but a far more profound, energetic integrity. The sky is asking one question: is your word, Mercury, aligned with your action, Mars? Does your yes actually carry the pulse of your life force, or is it just air? We are living in an era of word foam. These are the words spoken to fill the uncomfortable vacuum of silence. They are the phrases we use to appease, to manage, or to perform an identity we lack the genuine energy to sustain. They are words spoken not as vows, but as social noise, and they are the most expensive lies we tell. Today's transit comes to audit exactly this: the desecration of your commitment, first to others and ultimately to yourself. This audit begins with the most sacred and desecrated phrase of all: I love you. How many times does this phrase leave your mouth as a hollow obligation, as an automatic response, as a desperate bargaining chip to ensure the other person doesn't leave? How often do you use this colossal vow to describe a simple attachment, a comfortable familiarity, or the raw fear of loneliness rather than what it truly is, an active act of devotion? Mercury and Mars, standing together, demand an answer. When you say, I love you, are you willing to act on that love? Are you willing to place your sacred fire, Mars, in service of that connection? Are you willing to protect that bond, to remove what threatens it, to commit to it when it is difficult, inconvenient, or frightening? If the word love leaves your mouth but your body, your actions, and your will do not honor it, It is not a vow. It is a performance. And today, the cosmos exposes this performance as a painful dissonance. The word foam, spoken without the pulse of Mars, begins to sound hollow and false, even to your own ears. The second castle of smoke is the Savior's promise. You can count on me. Anything you need, just call. I am here for you, always. Leave it to me, I'll solve it. This is the word used as a mantle of virtue. It is your Mercury, your voice, attempting to prove its worth through the promise of absolute availability. But Mars, the planet of grounded reality and physical limits, knows the truth. Absolute availability is a lie. No one can be available always. No one can solve everything. When you make this promise, you are speaking from a place of lofty idealization, not real capacity. You are inflating your Mercury, making your words appear bigger than your Mars can ever sustain. The result? The very exhaustion that you yourself decreed, but it is more than that. It is the slow, corrosive breaking of trust. When the moment of always or anything arrives, your body, Mars, inevitably fails because your body never agreed to the impossible contract your mouth signed. Today's conjunction demands martial honesty. It infinitely prefers an "I can't right now" spoken with truth than a "count on me always" spoken as foam. It prefers the clean sting of reality to the slow infection of an empty promise. And the third, most insidious lie, the lie of peace. Everything is fine. This is the phrase spoken when your world is collapsing. It is said so the other person won't worry, or worse, said to maintain the false character you have created, the character who handles everything, who is always strong. This is not Mercury in conjunction with Mars. This is Mercury in direct opposition to it. Your mouth says peace, but your impulse, your Mars, is at war. Your voice says it's fine, but your energy is screaming for help. This is the spell you cast to ensure that no one can ever truly help you. It is the word used as a shield, not a bridge. By saying everything is fine, you use the divine power of your word to block the flow of truth, isolating yourself in a cold fortress of false harmony. Today's energy will not tolerate this dissonance. This lie will fail. The suppressed anger, Mars, will leak out in distorted, passive-aggressive ways. Your communications, Mercury, will break down. Technology will fail. The universe will conspire to shatter the mask, all to force you to stop saying what is not real. Today, the sky asks a single question. It echoes in every conversation, in every message you type, in every promise you even think of making. What from your mouth is a vow, and what is just noise? Does your word carry your true intention, or is it just empty air, building castles of smoke that will vanish at the first gust of wind? The vacuum has been created, the noise has ceased, the old curses and the foam promises have been named, and their funeral pyre has been observed. Now, into this sacred, silent emptiness, the true ritual can begin. Do not be mistaken. This is not a ritual of paraphernalia. You do not need the candles, the herbs, the incense, or the specific phases of the moon. The energy of Mercury and Mars is clean, direct, and overwhelmingly intense in its simplicity. It is the liturgy of pure, unadorned intention. You have already prepared the only tools you need. The altar is your consciousness. The offering is your presence. The sacred circle is the boundary of your own skin. Today, you will not ask for anything. You will not plead, nor will you petition. You will decree. The words that built your prison were automatic. The word you will forge now is a choice. This is the ritual of creating your new decree, your personal vow phrase. This will be a single, potent sentence that will serve as your oath, your compass, and your living seal of power. The magic of this ritual does not come from any external force. It comes from your total, absolute, and undivided presence in three simple, sacred acts. The first act, the conception. You must choose your vow. This phrase cannot be given to you by me or by anyone else. An inherited oath is just more noise, another's power masquerading as your own. Your vow must be born from your silence, from that holy vacuum you just cleansed. In that stillness, and ask your deepest self, what is the single greatest dissonance I have lived with until today? Where has my word, my Mercury, failed my action, my Mars the most? Perhaps your primary axis of suffering is self-sabotage. Your vow, then, might rise from the ashes as, I do not speak against myself. Perhaps your deepest wound is the foam promise, the exhaustion of pleasing everyone. Your vow might be, I do not promise what I do not intend to live. Or perhaps you need to go to the very core of today's volatile energy to forge a vow of total, uncompromising integrity. My word carries my life force. The form does not matter. The truth of it does. Sit in the vacuum and ask, what is the one sentence that, if lived, will change everything? And then you wait. Do not grasp, do not force, do not think your way to it. You listen. You wait for the answer. It will come to you, not as a thought you manufactured, but as a truth you have finally uncovered. The second act, the inscription. Take a single piece of paper. Take your writing tool. You will do this only once. This is not a diary entry to be reviewed. This is a contract. This is your Mercury, your divine word, taking physical form in this world. Write your vow phrase. Write it slowly. Feel the weight of the pen, the drag of the ink on the fiber of the paper. You are not merely noting down an idea, you are engraving a sigil. You are transforming invisible, electrical thought into tangible, resonant matter. Feel the gravity of each letter as it appears. This is the incarnation of your will. When you finish writing, you have sealed the first part of the agreement. The thought now exists outside of you, a testament in the physical realm. The third act, the proclamation. You are no longer the person who began this journey. That person and the hollow words they spoke died at the funeral pyre. You are now the sovereign guardian of your own word, the keeper of the sacred altar that is your voice. This is the true discipline of the spiritual warrior, to live in a world of deafening noise without adding to it. To honor your vow, not just on this day of power, but in every quiet, mundane moment that follows. Know this, your reality has already begun to shift. The universe, which respects only clarity, has heard your new, single, resonant voice. It is now bending, rearranging, and reshaping itself to match the integrity of your decree. You are no longer a leaf in the wind, tossed about by the spells of others or your own unconscious whispers. You are the axis. You have stopped speaking at the world, pleading to be heard. You have begun speaking with your destiny as its co-creator. This is your new power. This is your new responsibility. This is your new life. This is the moment of the conjunction. This is the moment Mars, the sacred fire, enters the ritual. Stand up. Do not perform this seated. Stand in your full power. Plant your feet on the ground. Breathe deeply. filling your lungs with the air of this new reality. And now, aloud, clearly, and with all the presence you possess, you will speak your oath one single time. Speak it not to the walls. Speak it not to a distant god. Speak it to your own essence, to the warrior within that has been waiting for this command. Speak it as a sovereign, as a king or queen, making a decree that shifts the law of the land. In this exact moment, your voice, Mercury, and your pulse of action, Mars, meet and fuse. The word is activated. The spell is cast. The liturgy was never in the candle. The liturgy is the pronouncement. You have just anchored your decree. You have sealed an oath with the only witness that matters, your own life force. The rite has been sealed. You spoke the true word into the sacred vacuum. Do it is done. The rite is sealed. The noise is over. The era of word foam has ended, and your true life begins. Your word now has weight, but understand the nature of this new power. This decree is not an instrument of war. It is a tool of alignment. The spiritual warrior is not the one who attacks, but the one who no longer needs to defend against themselves. Their internal energy is unified, with no cracks for the old lies to enter. Your mouth is no longer a garbage disposal for self-curses and scraps of anger. From this moment, your mouth is an altar. It is a sacred focal point where your intention, Mercury, and your life force, Mars, meet. Every word you speak is now an offering. Your no is an offering of a clear boundary. Your yes is an offering of your sacred fire. This is not the end. It is the beginning. This alliance will be tested. Life will come to ask if this vow was real or just more inspired noise. As you walk in this new clarity, you become a mirror. Your integrity will illuminate the dissonance in others. Do not stray. Your loyalty is no longer to external acceptance, but to your internal decree. You are no longer a leaf in the wind. You are the axis of your own world. To seal your destiny and declare to the universe that your choice is made, there is one last act. Go to the comments and write your final oath. I seal my path. Stay aligned.